Hi, I'm Jason Kanigan, one of the founders of the Closing Engine, and this is a testimonial for Joe Girard, who is an amazing sales coach, business development coach, strategist. He has a lot of experience. I guess before I go into any further detail about the story of how we've worked with him, I have been a sales trainer since 2010. My first job in the United States was senior consultant to a sales training firm. So it's not like I didn't know what I was doing when I came to Joe, okay? I'd already run my own business for 6 years, and I partnered up with a fellow named Jeremy Pope, who you'll probably also see some kind words about Joe from if you're watching this, right? To form the Closing Engine, and what we do is we run high-ticket sales teams, a done-for-you sales department for high-ticket coaches, trainers, info product creators who want to free up their time and scale their business, and they've hit a wall as to how they can do that, so they outsource the sales department to us. So we were not coming to Joe with a gee, we have no idea what we're doing kind of mentality, but we knew without a doubt that we needed coaching as owners, and every owner needs coaching. I don't care how great you are. Everybody works kind of, not, I don't want to say on the back of others, but with the help of others, okay? Everything that is done comes from something before, right? And so Joe had walked the steps that we are going through before. And so we knew after some interviewing that he would help us. And let me tell you something. When we first talked to Joe about the possibility of him being our coach, Joe did something that really struck me. And I don't know if I told him this story or not. Jeremy knows this because I mentioned it to him. But Joe and us talked for maybe 45 minutes or something like that. And it was apparent that we were going to work together, and that was good. And at that point, I would have ended the call as in his role as the salesperson, let's say, right? I would have ended the call and everything would have been happy or whatever. Joe went out of his way to spend like another hour with us. He started going into like a questioning mode in a good way, right? Like about where are you guys at? How could I help? That kind of thing. And it wasn't like free consulting, right? It was just a genuine interest in our welfare. And so that clinched it for me. Afterwards, I said to Jeremy, do you realize he didn't have to do that? And I probably wouldn't have done that. I really noticed it, and it set the tone for how Joe has worked with us. And we have come to Joe with every serious business problem that we've had as we're growing. And that means stuff like salesperson commission structures. That stuff is not easy, and I knew that from before. Again, I came to this with some experience. Joe's taken it to another level about how to make the numbers work for your business. Right? Like in our case, our salespeople are our production machines, right? And if they're too high a cost, we don't make any money. So why would we keep doing something that's so hard to make money with, right? And Joe helped us figure out an equation that made sense for not just for us, but also for our sales team. They're very happy with it, right? That's what I call success. Okay. Anytime that Jeremy and I start to get kind of off the rails a little bit, because it's extremely easy to get distracted as a business owner, right? You probably know this. There's a million things screaming for your attention, and you have to select those precious few, those important few tasks that really need CEO, COO type attention, right? If you're a business owner or a business owner partner, founder, you can't just deal with everything that comes your way. And Joe, there again, has really helped us stay focused on revenue generating activities, growth activities. So my suggestion for you, if you're on the fence or maybe you just heard of Joe but you don't really know much about him, it's a different experience. I have hired coaches in the past, and typically I've hired for someone to help me with a specific task to get me from A to B. And so Joe is a level beyond that. But the other thing to look for is somebody who has walked the path that you're on, right, already. And Joe has done that. In 2013, I hired a coach to help me with LinkedIn marketing, and he had a software, and that's essentially what he was doing, was selling the software. And the coaching that came with it was so what do you think you should do type that I hate. And Joe hates. You'll find this out, right? It's like the football coach saying, "So, team, how do you think you did today?" That's not very helpful, right? What Joe gives you is definitely helpful. It's focused on growth. He's been there, he's done it, and he has this great wealth of strategy and tactics to keep you focused and moving forward towards the goal, which is making money and scaling and growing. So, if you have any questions about Joe, feel free to message me. You can email me at jason@jasonkanigan.com, jasonkanigan@theclosingengine.com. I'll get it. I'll reply to you. I'll be more than happy to, because working with Joe is a great experience. And I now have the privilege of introducing you to him for the very first time.